Hey everybody, it's Barb from Making It Home. Today I'm going to show you how I make a super quick, healthy mayonnaise. So why exactly would you want to make mayonnaise? I mean, you can go buy it in the store, right? Today we're always trying to do things faster and make things easy and quick. Well, there are some things that we need to actually take the time to make ourselves. So the reason I decided that it was definitely worth making my own mayonnaise, when I took a recent trip to the grocery store with Erin and we happened to be out of mayonnaise. So I was looking through the aisles and, like I said in my last video, checking the labels. Every single jar of mayonnaise had soy in the ingredients, like number 2 or 3. It was ridiculous. Even the organic brands. And we settled on one small bottle of an organic brand because it didn't have, I think it was way down on the list. But it's really, really difficult to find a good jar of mayonnaise, and a lot of them even contain sugars and all the other stuff that we don't want in our diet, or at least we want to be in control of in our diet. So that was just pretty much the thing that sealed the deal for me. And I will tell you, a long time ago, back when I think my daughter was like 10, I actually looked into how to make mayonnaise. As you can imagine, this was like 12 years ago. Internet was still pretty new, and there weren't a lot of tutorials or YouTube. Actually, I don't even think, was there YouTube? I'm trying to remember. I think it was like in 2006, so I don't even think YouTube was up yet. Or at least I hadn't found it. But there wasn't a lot of info. And what I did find was super intimidating. It was like, don't overdo this or you'll end up breaking the mayonnaise and then it'll be a mess. Don't overdo this or you'll end up breaking the mayonnaise and it'll be a mess. Don't forget to add this and don't forget this. And it was just I was like, okay, no, I can't do this. It's too much work. I don't want to waste ingredients. So I put off doing it for quite a long time. And then about 2 years ago, I want to say it was, I decided I'm going to try again. I'm going to find, because now we got YouTube tutorials, and I found a YouTube tutorial, and it was super simple, and it worked. And I got some really great mayonnaise out of it. And so I started testing and adjusting my own ingredients and adding a little bit of this and a little less that, and came up with my own recipe. And I even had my friend over the other day, and she said, no, I don't like olive oil mayonnaise. And I know what you're thinking. Ew, olive oil mayonnaise. Okay. Let me preface this. I hate olive oil mayonnaise. I tried it, did not like it. I like olive oil in my food, no problem. But it was just like you were eating, like solidified olive oil. It was just gross. So I was like, no, I don't want to make an olive oil mayonnaise recipe. But then I tried, like I said, I tried the one, and I couldn't taste the olive oil in it. And it was because, and I'll show you, the trick is using extra light olive oil. Not extra virgin, extra light. Because the flavor is just very, very, very mild. So it doesn't taste like you're eating a mouthful of olive oil. It works. Trust me. And like I said, my friend came over the other night, well, last night, and she's like, no, I don't like this olive oil mayonnaise. It's gross. I've tried it. And she's always willing to try a lot of different things. So I was kind of surprised. I was like, well, try mine. This batch is kind of like, I'm not happy with it, but because I put a little too much mustard in it, but I was like, try this. She tried it and she's like, wow, that actually doesn't taste too bad. So I fidgeted with my recipe, and I have a blog post that I'm going to link below that has the recipe in it that I finally settled on. And that's the one I'm going to use today that I'm going to mix up. The cool thing about this mayonnaise is that it literally takes like 5 minutes. I'm not kidding you. And if I can make it, you can make it. I can barely bake. I am not a precision type person, so if I can make it, you can make it, trust me. What you're going to need to mix this up, and I'm using my food processor, but you can use a blender. I think I tried it once in the blender and it worked fine. The whole key is at the end, when you're adding the rest of the olive oil, you have to do it very slowly. Now, I will say this mayonnaise isn't quite as thick as like what you buy in the grocery store, but it tastes great and it still works. And if you mix it up and it seems still kind of thin or not as thick as you're used to, when you put it in the refrigerator, it does thicken up a little more too. So, and you really just mix it until, you know, you're kind of happy with it. Not over mix it, but I'll show you. You'll see. The ingredients are super simple. It's just the extra light virgin olive oil, lemon juice, some powdered mustard, garlic powder, and some salt. You'll see at the end when I'm done, I store mine in mason jars. And I use my trusty lids that I told you all about in the last video. It works great. And you just store it in the fridge. A lot of people aren't sure how long it stores for. Because I use my chicken's eggs, I tend to not worry about it because these eggs are super fresh. I mean, they literally came out of my backyard. So I have had no problems with it, leaving it in the fridge for up to 3 weeks, but usually we get through the entire jar by then. So a lot of people have said that also if you buy your eggs, look at the expiration date and then use that as a guide for how long you want to keep the mayonnaise in the fridge. But I'm telling you, this tastes great. And I am super picky. So let's get on with it. Let's make this mayonnaise. I hope you enjoyed this simple tutorial on how to make your own mayonnaise and switch over to making instead of buying. You can tweak the ingredients a little bit. Messing with the amounts of the dry ingredients is not going to mess up how the mayonnaise comes together unless you get really crazy. Thanks for hanging out with me today in my kitchen, and we will see you next time. We post videos once a week on how to nurture a simpler, happier, healthier home. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you always know when we have a new video. I think I just blew my face up. So rude. Does he not know I'm trying to film YouTube in here?